Hello, this is Spiritually Awakened Princess, and I'm doing a reading for Scorpio, January 2018. I usually do readings that are just 11 to 12 minutes long, and I have my cards set out here. But for today, in particular, for January 2018, since it's a new year, I'm trying something new, and that means more time and a little bit more of an explanation of what's going on with you guys. So let's get started. Scorpio, January 2018. Scorpio, January 2018. Let's see. This card has been like the #1 card in quite a few zodiac sign readings right now. Prince of Pentacles, someone that works slow and steady, someone that likes to make sure that things are organized during work. And also, it can mean things, whatever is coming up as far as another card, it might be in a slow and steady, perfected pace. So we'll see what's next with that. But as far as this person, they work well in groups or an environment that is almost like a community, but most of the time they work as an individual and they're well-liked, okay? Well-liked individual. Scorpio, January 2018. Okay. It's the Princess of Swords upside down. I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, there we go. Now, for those that, especially now, I feel like you guys are not talking like you're supposed to. It seems like you're afraid to say what you want to say, especially when it comes to work manners. You're afraid to say what you want to say as far as a promotion or talking to a certain person, a coworker, or talking to your boss about certain things that you feel like the job needs to change, or maybe even having a change of position or getting a possible raise. It seems like you're afraid to mention that in the moment, even though you feel like you deserve. It feels like you guys definitely deserve that, but you're not talking about it as of yet. So you're keeping quiet about some of these things. I'm trying to make sure the card is shown, but Scorpio, January 2018. Scorpio, January 2018. Scorpio, January 2018. Yeah, what it shows me here is that in between, because this feels like it's more of you, Prince of Pentacles. And right here is the upside down Princess of Swords. Like I said, it's someone that is not really saying what they want to say as far as work manners. But the Emperor is also here, so it's giving you the green light. It's giving you the authority to say what you want to say, but at the same time in the middle, you are concerned about what the result might be if you say something about your job in particular. But I'm telling you right now, don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of the result that comes out of that, because it actually would work in your benefit. So just speak up. Don't be afraid and make it work. Scorpio, January 2018. Scorpio, January 2018. So the Eight of Pentacles is upside down. And this could be taken in two different ways. Either you're overworking yourself and stressing out way beyond your limits, or for some of you, you might not be working hard enough. Okay? I feel like, but a lot of you have been stressing out and working a little too much, overboard. And it could even affect your health. So what I recommend is that you slow it down. Slow it down that to the point where it's not going to affect your work ethic, but at the same time, you'll be okay. Even though the Prince of Pentacles is a slow and steady worker, that does not mean that you are not a hard worker. Overly, over the top hard worker. And to the point where it affects anything that you do. And it affects your mental and emotional state as well as physical state, depending on what you do as a job, as a career. A means to an end to make money. Whatever you do for that. Scorpio, January 2018. Okay, that's upside down as well. So you're overworking yourself, and then at the same time, you're not going out to hang out with family members, friends, what have you. You're, doing the opposite of that. So that means like when you're coming home from work, you are just staying home. You're doing little to nothing. Maybe watching TV, maybe just spending time with kids, maybe just being by yourself or with your partner, but yet you guys are not going out. It's just a situation where it's the total opposite of happy gatherings, happy friends, things like that. Happy time together. It's more like a boring time. You guys may be together, but it's a boring time at home. Scorpio. January 2018. So even though You might not be having the greatest time at the moment. At the same time, it shows the Two of Pentacles. So you have, you're trying to balance your finances. You're trying to also find another source to get money from. And for some of you, you're also even trying to get another job or just muster up some energy to upgrade your money and tell your boss or someone to maybe even help you out with that situation. And for some of you that are in business, you're trying to find better ways to make your money. And you're overly working yourself to that point. And right next to the upside down Nine of Cups, I see the Three of Cups. Which most of the time it's like a celebration with friends, or it could be the twin flame situation. Kindred spirit, soulmate, what have you. But I take it as twin flame because it shows like two people and the divine. Okay. So you might be dealing with that right now. But at the same time, that's not your crucial focus. Your crucial focus seems to be work related. Right next to each other is the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups, but the Nine of Cups is upside down. So when it comes to the Three of Cups, there's a possibility that you're not having so much of a joyous time with your twin flame or your counterpart, your other counterpart, your partner, because you're so focused on work manners. And that's your sole priority right now. Or I probably said that wrong, but that's okay. You guys understand what I'm saying. Scorpio, January 2018. Scorpio, January 2018. Right next to the Three of Cups, it says let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So when it comes to twin flame situation, love situation, it's calling you to go with the flow. Let things happen naturally and it will work your way. Okay? Don't try to chase, or don't feel like you're not yourself around this person. Just take the easy route and don't put too much effort into it. Let it just happen like it's supposed to happen. Scorpio, January 2018. Scorpio, January 2018. Right next to the Emperor, it says deception. So someone else is wearing a false mask within this relationship. And what I'm getting from this is that possibly your other counterpart or you yourself is kind of portraying that you don't care about this person, or they are portraying that they don't care about you. And I'm getting another, this might actually be like a coworker that you like, or it could be someone you're in a relationship with, but they pretend that they don't, care about anything that you do. Or sometimes deception also leads to cheating and stuff like that. But in this case, I feel like it's more of a situation where they're not telling you the full truth about their feelings within a relationship or a potential relationship. So they're keeping it under wraps. They're not telling you the grand prize yet. It's still a mystery. It's still a surprise. Scorpio, January 2018. January 2018. On the side, it says playfulness. So it's calling you to become like your youthful self when you're around this person, or even maybe just at work sometimes too, but not to the point where it's immature, but just try to have fun. Just be able to look at the things in a brighter sense instead of being so serious all the time. Even if work calls you to be serious, look on the brighter side and try to cheer yourself up no matter what. And the same with dealing with a twin flame or a possible soulmate. Just look at the cheerful side and try to be very youthful and fun around them, because they would appreciate that more than just being a Debbie Downer or being someone that dwells on a lot of things. Scorpio, January 2018. Right next to the upside down Eight of Pentacles, it says pay attention to the red flags. This sign is continuing. Hold on. These signs are cautioning you. I said continuing. Cautioning. I apologize. It's really late. And I'm still trying to do these videos. So if I see something wrong, don't worry about it. I am fine. So I feel like when it comes to work manners, pay attention to your surroundings. And if your other counterpart is working with you, business-wise, career-wise, job-wise, work at the same place, or maybe just you working somewhere by yourself or away from your other counterpart, and your counterpart is just gone from you in long periods of time, be aware of the situation, but at the same time be aware of how hard you're working at work. You have to be aware of your health as well. Since it's right next to the Eight of Pentacles upside down, you don't want work to fully affect your spirit, your youthfulness, your happiness, your outlook on the rest of the world. Because once you're stuck at work for long periods of time, your outlook on the world may change. You might actually start hating it, because if you don't like your job, then everything else seems to kind of go kaput. Scorpio, January 2018. At the top here, it says, love yourself first. In order to attract love, you have to love yourself first. If you feel like, you like someone at work, someone is catching your eye, or even if you're in a relationship already with your other counterpart, you have to make sure that self-love is number one priority in order for anything to work, for that matter. Once that works out for you, then you let go of the control issues and everything will just go with the flow. No problem. And once you see that, it will go your way without you trying or putting any effort into it. Says reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And I mean, if it is a work situation, then you pretty much probably see that person every other day or every day. So, yeah, they would be returning to your life. And for somebody that is still, sorry, that was my stomach, if you heard that. If someone is still in your life, then of course, they'll be around you. This is a situation where it's not terrible. There's some things to look out for. But at the same time, even though all these romantic cards are surrounding the reading, it does not mean that it's not solely focused on work, because technically it is. Scorpio, January 2018. Scorpio, January 2018. In the middle here, it's telling you to use your intuition. Don't be afraid to use it. It almost reminds me of the High Priestess. Okay, so the High Priestess has this mysteriousness, and it has, black and white, right and wrong, and the psychic abilities. But at the same time, use your intuition when trying to figure out this person and if they truly like you or love you. Because in reality, more than likely that they do, especially if you guys are together. So, sure, there might be some things to look out for, but luckily, some of these warning signs or controlling, let go of issues, that's mainly you and not so much them. Even though the deception is there, which might be you or them, and someone's not telling their feelings, but that's not something that is too worrisome compared to maybe having, for example, like the competition card right next to it. Then deception might involve other people, but at the same time, it's not the case. It just has the Emperor there and the deception card. One last card for Scorpio, January 2018. I don't know if you guys can see this. It says, you are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. So when it comes to work and love matters, just have that confidence in yourself that you're able to advance in what you want to do. Don't be afraid to talk to a boss or try to advance in work. Don't be afraid to, go with the flow when it comes to love, because that's what's needed. That's what's needed here. Just to gradually, not wait for things to happen, but just let things come to you. Let things happen for yourself instead of putting the effort into it. Yes, you can talk, but at the same time, don't overly push it. Don't get to the point where you're tiring yourself out. You don't want to do that. Okay, Scorpio, that's the end of the reading. Hope you subscribe and have a wonderful 2018. And don't forget to watch the rest of my videos. Have a wonderful day and bye.